Okay, awesome. So jumping right in to what is GraphQL? GraphQL is an open source query language for APIs and a runtime for fulfilling these queries with your existing data. It is more flexible and a powerful alternative to REST APIs. GraphQL APIs do not follow any strict constraints. However, there are some best practices that are recommended to follow in order to make the API more efficient and secure. Here's some recommended constraints for GraphQL APIs. Use a schema. A schema is a definition of the data that is exposed by the API. It should be used to define the types of data that can be queried, the relationship between different types of data, and the mutations that can be performed on the data. Use pagination. Pagination can be used to limit the amount of data that is returned in a single response. This can help to improve performance and reduce the amount of data that needs to be transferred over the network. Use caching. Caching can be used to store frequently accessed data in memory. This can help to improve performance by reducing the number of times the data needs to be retrieved from the database. Use authentication and authorization. Authentication and authorization can be used to control who has access to the API and what they can do with the data. This can help to protect the data from unauthorized access. And lastly, use security best practices. GraphQL API should follow the same security best practices as any other API. This includes using strong passwords, encrypting data in transit and at rest, and monitoring for suspicious activity. So by following these best practices, you can make sure your GraphQL is more efficient, secure, and easy to use. So what are the benefits of GraphQL? Flexibility. GraphQL allows clients to ask for exactly the data they need, which can improve performance and reduce the amount of data that needs to be transferred over the network. Expressiveness. GraphQL is more expressive than REST APIs, which allows clients to query nested data structures and relationships. Scalability. GraphQL can be scaled to handle large volumes of traffic. Developer productivity. GraphQL helps developers be more productive by reducing the amount of code they need to write. And last but not least, interoperability. GraphQL can be used with a variety of programming languages and platforms. So here are some examples of companies that are currently using GraphQL. Netflix uses GraphQL to power its recommendations engine, which helps users find movies and TV shows that they will enjoy. Airbnb uses GraphQL to power its search engine, which allows users to search for listings by location, price, and other criteria. And last but not least, GitHub also uses GraphQL in addition to REST to power its GraphQL API, which allows developers to query GitHub data in a flexible and efficient way.